Okay, Saturday. Here we are. I'm just on the foam roll at the moment. Just working some of those leg muscles and glutes. The weather, thankfully, and I say thankfully, I did really enjoy last night running in the rain, but the sun's come out now, which is really good. The weather, in terms of temperature, hasn't really improved all that much, so I think it's going to improve a couple of degrees today. I think we're going to move from 13 up to 16 or 17, but then it's due to be another cold one tomorrow and wet, and then Monday back to kind of this sun. We're just on a pendulum at the moment, back and forth between dry and wet weather. So we just take it as we find it. Got a couple of errands to run today. Feeling pretty good. I might head down to the gym later and do some cross training because I've had a bit of a muddled week with my training schedule, which is a bit of a shame because I like to try and stay on track. So what I'm going to kind of do is just get to a reset. So my training plan for this week, I will then implement next week instead, and just kind of keep on top of things that way. Otherwise, I'm just going to end up doing a load of easy runs and missing out on my tempo runs. And obviously, I know it's dependent on my physical condition, but I think it's important to try, where possible, to stick to that timetable. So I'm going to kind of reset myself for next week, continue to take it easy for today and tomorrow, and we'll just see how we go. There's a little story that I forgot about last night, actually. I was getting myself ready for a run, mentally ready, mentally prepared, really excited, got my bits and pieces together. As I walked out the door, my hand was about to shut the door. It was millimetres from connecting to the latch. Now, my front door, if you shut it and you haven't got the key, you are not getting back in at all. There is no way of getting back into the door. It kind of auto locks. So it was one of those moments where I just took kind of a quick breath and thought, that was exceptionally lucky. Of course, I do have spares. There are people in my family with spares, but that would have meant that I was embarking on an immediate 5-mile run to go and get a spare key, and that was assuming they're in, and bear in mind it was also raining. So that was a little a warm moment. It certainly got me hot before the run, but thankfully I don't know what part of my body, what part of my brain engaged and stopped me, because I was just in my own little world, ready to set out on my mission for running, and it was a real close call, that one. Okay, so just drove home. Absolutely incredible sunshine. So I thought what I'd do, just take this opportunity just to head out and just have an explore. Either keep it gentle or just kind of go with the flow. I wanted to sort of aim for a bit more of a tempo run, but the where I can run locally, to be honest with you, at the moment, doesn't really give me quite the opportunity to get like a solid mile in before a gentle jog or anything like that. I might be able to do kind of like 1 minute on, 1 minute off, something. We'll have to just see how we go, but to be honest with you, whilst the sun's out, I just want to get out as well and have a bit of fun. So no pressure, and let's just see how we get on. So I thought I was settled into a minute on, a minute off. Do 10 sets of that at, a pretty good pace. Not a great start. Forgot to click my watch on. Well, it's already going a bit sideways. I don't think it's me actually, I think it's the watch. So this is going to be a very random run, and like I said, I'm just pacing myself. Roughly a minute on, a minute off, but I'm having to do it more or less mentally because it's not giving me that day from the watch, unfortunately. But hey, look at the sky. Wow, summer still hanging in there. A couple of sheep out in the field there. Shame I can't get a little bit closer, but not going to tackle all these brambles to get there. So I'm 10 minutes into my completely made up workout routine. I don't think this will be getting into the book of how to run, but sometimes you've just got to go with the flow. Treat yourself to a bit of an obscure session every now and again, but at the moment I'm feeling really good. I certainly feel like my posture's good when I'm running. nice and straight, nice and focused, looking ahead, looking up, feeling very natural. And when it's time to kind of really kick in and push after that minute of a slow jog, my body's responding really well. So, you know, sometimes you've got to give yourself a little bit of praise and a pat on the back, and I'm feeling good about myself, feeling good about my running at the moment. Let's keep it going. Currently walking through one of those really stunning little residential areas where all the grass is trimmed, all the driveways look tidy, and out the front you've got these free please help yourself to plants, crockery, wall tiles. I don't really need any of those things actually, but just lovely when you wander around these communities. And this is, like I say, part of today was just about exploring. I knew this area was here, but I think exploring it on foot is so different to exploring it in a vehicle. So it's getting warm now, let me tell you. So there's a cool little telephone box here with some books inside it. Let's have a little look. I fancy a book. Do you know what? Never read that one. Why don't penguins' feet freeze? Portable mythical treasures. Oh, what a choice here. So I chose this one, The Hoard of Mathematical Treasures. It just looked really interesting. I had a quick kind of flick through, and I want a book that's going to really inform me of something a little bit different. I didn't really want a random general facts book, and I'm not up on my authors enough to know what I left there. I might have left something really good. If I did, please let me know, and I'll come back here and I'll swap one of my books for one of their books. But what a hidden gem that was. So of course now I've got a bit of an issue because I've got to run with this thing, so I might draw a line in my run after this next minute of fun. Well, with the sun behind me, that concludes the end of my particularly random running session. 1 minute on, 1 minute off, and I was really strict with it. Every time it was 35 seconds past the minute, I ran, and then equally I stopped at the same time a minute later. Now, just thinking of a question for you, Mr. Professor Ian Stewart. Now, first of all, if you are watching this video, please consider subscribing. Secondly, what is a mathematical probability that any other person around the world has run with your book in their hand? I'd love to know. Anybody else watches this video? I'd like to know what your thoughts are on the matter. I'm actually really looking forward to getting stuck into this book. I'm kind of reading the blurb about it, and it's quite cool, quite interesting, so maybe I'll do a book club throughout my vlog. Well, that was a really cool session. I genuinely enjoyed that. Sort of made up on the spot, but the thing is, I had to be really strict with myself, because there were times where I thought, just run, just continue running, and we'll just turn it into a running session. And I just thought no, and then I started to think, well, maybe I could just do 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off. And I thought, no, let's just keep this consistent with what I said I was going to do. 1 minute on, 1 minute off, and I kept that consistent all the way through. And funnily enough, so it came in at 5k in 31 minutes, which I'm pretty sure is the same time or similar time to the run the other night when it was just an easy run all the way through. So obviously it meant that those pacier moments, those minutes, were really, I was really kicking some along the tarmac there, which is good. I just felt great. I really felt great. I was pleased with my posture. I was pleased with my movement of my feet. I felt very comfortable. It's just another really positive session. Not necessarily on the training plan as such, but it was, I guess, a sort of tempo interval style run that I kind of just put together there. But it was great to get out. Very warm. I'm really hot now, so just going to get some food on. I'm just going to chill out. And actually I'm going to start reading my book, which I've just put down. So really excited to see that. And what a great way to convert a disused telephone box and put some books in there for people to kind of take and use and then return. So I'll make sure that I head back to that spot and put another book in its place and grab another one to read. It's a great excuse, a great reason to do it. The only issue, of course, is I then had to run 1.5 kilometres back with it in my hands. So Probably looks a bit unusual to any passers by, but that's the least of my concerns, looking a bit unusual.